Welcome back to the show. Our first guest is Jim Bohs, General Manager of Tilton Fitness, Atlantic City at the Tropicana. Jim, welcome to the show.
Mike, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You got a strong handshake there.
That's right.
Listen, why don't you tell us before we get into that beautiful facility you have there at Tropicana, let us know a little bit about you, Jim.
Sure. I've been in the fitness, health and wellness business for, 20 plus years now, dating myself. Started out in school, exercise science major, then as a trainer, and then got into more of a managing clubs, did some consulting, been all over the place, and happy to be back here in Atlantic City running our center at the Tropicana. For
the love of Pete, I mean, you say 20 years in the business. You look like you're 25 years old.
Yeah, well.
Come on, man. Something you're doing good over there.
It's fitness.
So exactly. So you touched on it a little bit. What you've, how you've gotten to where you've gotten, but tell us more. How you've come general manager, and how that facility, because at one time it was Atlantic Care. A lot of our viewers remember it as that. You've done a wonderful thing with it. But just tell us how that came into fruition, because it was sitting there, I believe, for a little bit of period of time.
Yeah, so we were supposed to take over for Atlantic Care, then the pandemic happened. We had some of our sites closed, but we had a little bit of a delay with the pandemic, and then when we were allowed to open back in November of 2020, that's when we started. So we're coming up on our second year anniversary. So. We've had a great time over there. Where right from the beginning, we've like I said, we opened in the middle of a pandemic, so we had lots of restrictions, but we still were gaining members. So the neighborhood we are in just has been fantastic. So we're in kind of the Chelsea neighborhood in the Tropicana. We're unique in that we see hotel guests, but we also are open to the public. So we see casino employees, we see the neighborhood, we have, athletes and entertainers that are staying in town pop in. So you never know who's going to be working out next to you at the fitness center. So, like I said, it's coming up on our second year anniversary in November, and we've been doing great. Can't complain at all.
One of the things you say there, although it's in Tropicana, beautiful property, right? That's been around for quite some time. You got the Corridor, the Carmines. You're a neighborhood gym, and that's what I joke with you once in a while. I need to get my tail back in there more, folks, with these things growing again. But member at the gym, and is it a fancy gym or this gym? No, you're a nice gym, and you're open to the community. You guys do a lot of great things, and when I say things, classes and different sort of things. And what I find unique about you, you're always welcoming, whether it's other trainers, or I know we speak about Arlen, he'll be a guest on the show eventually. Talk about some of that stuff that you got going on. We got past the pandemic, it was tough, but you know what, I give you kudos too, because we thought you were kind of crazy, but you weren't. You were under the restrictions that the state had, but it was a place for people to go, and they were clean, and I think a lot of that's going to transfer over to the regular part of it. You folks were always clean, but sometimes everybody doesn't always wipe their stuff down. So I know I'm jumping around there, but talk about that real quick, because it's still, the cleanliness is huge, and then some of the classes and whatnot that you offer.
Yeah, so that's I always joke about that. The one positive thing from the pandemic is the cleanliness. The sanitary, the wipes. We were always doing that anyway, but everybody, it was a spotlight on it. So it has. That's the one positive that we'll take from the pandemic part of that. So, but to touch on other things, we are a neighborhood type of club. We really like to, I'm dating myself here, but Cheers is the neighborhood bar. We're kind of the neighborhood fitness center where we're
Kelsey
not.
Grammer's been walking around the city
exactly.
a lot too.
Yeah, he's bartending down at. Right. So, but we it's a different type of feel. It's not a big box gym where you come in, purchase your membership, and that's it. We try to get to know your name, those types of things. So we offer fitness classes, Pilates and yoga, and Arlen, you touched on, teaches Zumba. We've been doing Monday nights, we do Latin dance with Arlen, open and free to the public. So we do a wide array. Some of our trainers teach the classes, some stretching, some circuit training, things like that. And then we also do personal training. Right. So, which is extremely important. So when you join the fitness center, most people kind of go, I want to get in shape. How do I do it? And for those that, Google how to get in shape, there's lots of information. A lot of it's not good. So, we have those professional trainers that have been doing this for a long time that can design a program and steer those folks in the right direction.
Is it possible to touch on some of the ones that you have at this present time training? I know you had some really good names, some professional athletes and whatnot.
Yeah, so the other things because we are in Atlantic City, we love where we are. We have a partnership with the AC Ballet. So you'll see the dancers coming in. We're the official training center for them. So a lot of the dancers come in. There's Atlantic City Football Club, semi-pro soccer team. Those players are coming in. That's where they train. So we're going to be doing a campaign down the road here. We also had the AC Seagulls when they were in town. Their players came in. So, kind of train where the pros train. So you never know, again, with the guests coming in, who you might be training next to. But, we have some, Nigel's kind of our head trainer. He's fantastic. He's been doing it for a long time. He was in Seattle, he was in DC, and we're fortunate to get him here with us in Atlantic City. So, and that the one thing we do with training, it's not a bunch of buff guys walking around. There's a place for that for sure, but the average person, right? Hey, I'd like to lose 10 to 15 pounds. So we really guide people on. You don't have to run for an hour on the treadmill. Right. You might start with 5 to 10 minutes. Right. And gradually build up. So you have that guidance there. So, we help and educate. We had a guy that came in and wrapped himself in cellophane because he read it on the internet that that's how you lose weight. So we educate that that's not a good idea, and do it the right way.
It reminds me of my old wrestling days when we used to put the rubber gear on.
We don't recommend that at
all. But you're saying too that not that there's nothing wrong with a guy walking around drinking a gallon of water and with chalk all over his head, like my brother Jose. But you're Jim, and Jim, fitness can be intimidating at times. Sure. I'm just saying, just the weights and people that don't know, and that's the one thing I can say, folks, for sure. That over at Tilton Fitness, there's somebody going to be there to talk to you, whether it's Jim or Tara behind the counter. You guys do a great job with that. We got about 2 minutes left, Jim. Tell us real quick how 2020 summer went, and then talk some of the stuff that you're going to have going on in the future, please.
Yeah, so our location really lends us. We're on the beach and boardwalk.
Give that address too, please.
Where we're at the Tropicana, right underneath the quarter. So we have free parking. So you park in the garage. You can come through the quarter. We have an elevator straight down to us, or you have our street entrance right on Brighton Avenue, right below the quarter. So you can park for free, or you can ride your bike, or you can walk over. But the summer we're doing some summer beach classes. We did a couple this summer. Next summer, we're going to have a full schedule of just doing beach classes. There's not a lot of places that are located where we are, so we take advantage of doing some, maybe some sunrise yoga classes and things of that nature. We're also we're working with, we were part of the Chelsea Economic Development, where they did the free classes in the park, O'Donnell Park. So we participate in that. So we're going to be doing a lot of community type of things as well. So we've got a thing we're going to do kind of on the beach next summer, fitness games that we're planning on doing next September. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a nice program.
And I'm looking forward to doing some work with you on that project. So folks, we've been talking to my friend, again, your friend, if you go out there to Tilton Fitness, Tropicana, Jim Bohs. Jim, we really appreciate you coming out. We're going to have you back before the summer kicks off of 2023. So glad that you're in town. Listen, one thing we've always been, they say we're a shortage of a food desert and whatnot. We were also a gym desert, believe it or not, with all the hotels and whatnot. So, my friend, thank you so much. Appreciate
pleasure,
you,
Mike.
and we'll be having you back again. Folks, stay right where you're at. We'll be right back.